You play my music yet?
Not yet, but we're live. Welcome back to Town Talk Tuesdays. Leon Hendrix Story, Episode 3, Series 1. We got Leon, Stunt, and Skip. How you guys doing?
Come on.
Good.
Glad to have everybody here.
Come on. Lucille Day.
Yeah, Leon, talk about the passing of your mother, Lucille.
Okay. Lucille. I remember my Grandma Nan, I think, said that Lucille, she had a dream that she should call her daughter Lucille because she would bring light to the world, because Lucille means light. So, Mama, you shining bright today. I'm just saying hello to you. It's been 64 years since you left us and went wireless on us. And we're just here doing some remembrance about you. And I want to thank you for, bring me to this planet. And Jimi too. Jimi is like, wow, you brought light to the world. And, Jimi was born on Thanksgiving. I was born on Friday 13th. So, I was sort of like the bad luck kid. My dad called me a black sheep. So I kind of took on that persona for the rest of my life, But it's all good. And I love it.
Yeah, thankful for Lucille and all she did. Singing the family tree.
Yeah.
Are some of them pictures up there? I can't see them on this side.
Oh, they're on your Instagram.
Oh, okay.
But, Stunt and Skip, they missed Town Talk Tuesdays.
Come on.
We missed you guys yesterday, man.
Come on.
I know. It was a tough one. Welcome to Town Talk Wednesday.
Wavy Wednesdays. We'll throw that in there.
Will you guys be back next Tuesday?
Oh, of course.
Oh, yes, for sure.
Of course.
Sure.
In full force.
We're shut. Full force, y'all.
Come on. Missing Kody. His album just dropped today.
Tap
Keys,
in,
please. Please tap in. Kody Keys. Go get that.
Come on.
You should play some. I want to hear it.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Oh, you working that machine over there.
All right.
I'm tripping. I spelled it wrong.
Come on.
Keys, please.
What's his channel name?
Kody Keys.
Kody Keys.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Come on, elevator.
We can play this song first.
Play a little bit.
The elevator needs trilogy.
Catch us busy plotting, working on the masterpiece. You can off to check the score. I hear it could 1 to 3. Ever got my pack, my seconds really all I need. Shed it on my fears while I was walking down the street. I can never fall, my daddy raised a fucking G. I swear my city's cold, that's the deal from 16. They know I'm on a road, no track, I was just a sneeze. Yeah, shawty want my heart like the kingdom, damn. I know I can't fight it, no drive, I'm good, Sam. People try me and stuck looking bad. No mic, but my Jackson leather looking bad. Gonna get it lit, peek away.
Come on, you peep the moonwalk.
I see through that. Had to make my own for mix this and that. Kinda like a cartoon, we been at work. I be elevated like a G, rolling like a geek. Thought I beat it on the SAT. From the way I think, shawty think my mind so damn fine. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's that Kody Keys.
Yes, sir.
I be elevated like a G, rolling like a geek. Thought I beat it on the SAT.
We're gonna be Seattle MTV
Yeah.
podcast.
That's exactly what it's like.
We're gonna bring more artists on.
Oh yeah.
You got something too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know that, but you got something else.
Skip's
Oh
on
yeah,
it.
for sure.
Keep it low key when we pop it after dark. No keys in, cause we're popping up the lock. Don't sleep in, nigga flying on the drop. Who's the worst when they flock to the crop just to eat? My color scheme getting to the top. This must be green, I'm got gas. But you know how they come to me. Drumming in the band, you can get it right for me. This summer king, I'm looking like your summer league. Case closed on the streets till I froze, what you mean? I be elevated like a G, rolling like a E. Thought I beat it on the SAT. The way I think, shawty think my mind so damn fine. Are you kidding me? Okay, yeah. I be elevated like a G, rolling like a E. Thought I beat it on the SAT. The way I think, shawty think my mind so damn fine. Are you kidding me?
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And speaking about us, we have a show February 26th.
Come
We
on.
close off February with the one and only Oakland legend, Lunas.
I
got five on it.
it.
And we'll be performing with those guys up in Lakewood. So, yeah, that should be
I'm gonna
pretty
miss that.
exciting.
I'll be in Palm Springs doing the Coachella updates coming up for
Man,
Coachella.
let me slide to Coachella.
Huh? Whatever happened to our cousin, Shouty, Shorty, or something? Georgie.
Sade?
No, we have a cousin. That was
Oh, you talking about Shawty.
yeah,
You talking
Shawty.
about Shantae,
yeah.
the barber, the
I
legendary barber.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, come on.
All right, shit. So, excuse my language. Anyway, damn, I missed that show. Sorry, but I'm hooking up with some more producers and stuff like that. So I'm gonna bring the whole Hendrix vibe and everything. All our cousins are, and all our
Sounded right.
nephews and grandnephews, and man, I'm just so proud, to be able to see this 3 generations later.
Exactly.
So I've seen a
Exactly.
lot. So if you want to know anything about anything, you need to hit me up. I've seen it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, need a hotline.
All right, I got some more Kody's music.
Ooh, the elevator.
Yeah.
Oh, there's that Keys, please.
Yeah.
One of them tracks.
All right, to it, man.
I'm also doing something with James Brown's mama.
James
Oh, yeah.
Brown's mom.
James
Okay.
Brown's wife
Oh, wow.
and his grandson, Jason Brown. We're doing a documentary about how everybody gets ripped off,
Mhm.
from the music industry and that, we did, as young artists, they didn't know about publishing and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Publishing is the biggest part of the whole music industry.
Mhm.
And so promoter come along and say, hey, give you 10 grand for 25% of your publishing. And Little Richard, he did that. He said, 10,000? 10,000 in 1960 was a lot of money,
It was. It was.
So, so all the publishing kind of went to the company. That's why they don't give us money now, because they're making so much money on what they stole the first time.
Exactly.
They don't need to give us no money. They didn't stole all that money. They Motown and all them black artists that made all that nice music and shit like
Mhm.
that. They don't own most of it.
No, they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if somebody comes to you guys and say, "Hey, I want to buy some of your publishing," say, put the big number up there,
Yeah.
and they'll tell you what's true or not.
Mhm.
Big numbers for publishing, because publishing go on for hundreds of years, and for your children and all your relatives
Exactly.
to benefit from it. But if you sell them out, then you ain't got nothing.
Yeah, that's why you gotta keep that masters.
Mm-hmm. And that's why it's been, crucial for us, since we started, that we've released under Hendrix Dynasty. So, regardless of when our distribution deal comes, whenever, that's what mainly we're looking for. So like when we do get that, that chance to actually distribute our music to the world and have that, opportunity to get it to, as many hands as possible, that the money is in-house, it's still Hendrix Dynasty is still.
Well, you know what we should do? We should make the LLC Hendrix Dynasty and set it up so people buy the music directly from us.
Exactly.
Directly.
Exactly.
And as soon as they push that button, the money goes right to the bank account that we own.
Yeah.
Not in between people. And
Exactly.
Stuff like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what
We got a
everybody's
couple
doing
of
now.
Comments here from Sama Shahaim. Looked up the article today, very deep stuff. And they also go on to say, you have the DNA, and that's where the magic is. What are you going to say about that?
Well, I'm happy to share some DNA with you, sweetie. But I'm sorry, I shouldn't be going off the track like that. We've spread our DNA around.
We don't know
what the magic is.
If it's a dude or a girl. But hey.
The dynasty is material, but also spiritual, and that is
Yes,
a fact because Jimi's spirit flows. It's flowed through every generation, just like Lucille's has, just like all of our, our ancestors. Well, people who have crossed over to now be our ancestors in the family. They've kept that spirit within every generation. You just see it in everybody's eyes that, we all have that same type of frequency, to where people are just drawn to us. People, we're the big, like we're the captain of the friend groups. Like we're the ones that, even though we don't want to be, the center of attention, people make us the center of attention just because of, what we bring to the table and that we're
That vibrant, creative mind.
exactly. And you can't replicate that, Come on, 2222.
2222. That's my date. That's Mama's date.
That's
I
what
am
Lucille did
spiritual.
for real.
Very spiritual.
Just like Jimi said, she pulled her wheelchair to the edge of the shore. And to her leg, she smiled. You won't hurt me no more. And the Golden Wake ship passed her way. And she got on without even buying a ticket. And she earned it.
Yeah.
She went wireless.
Mm-hmm.
Now, wireless is powerful.
Yeah.
People think that, when you die, that's it. No, the universe got iCloud for each one of us.
Mm-hmm.
Our shit, if AT&T can put all my millions of phone calls and all my shit up there, storing it, then the universe and our God, God works for the universe. And we got iClouds, each one of us.
Yeah.
Our shit is stored,
Yeah.
just like because, human beings made all this shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if human beings can make it, then it was already made,
It was.
for us.
It was already created.
I want 2 iClouds.
You want to walk through heaven and hell.
I've been through both.
Come on.
I'm just visiting
Come
right
on.
now.
Come on.
Hey, so you talked about Lucille. What about your mother's sisters, your aunts? What do you remember about
Oh,
them?
yeah. I remember all about them because they used to take care of me and Jimi a lot. Aunt Deloris, she had daughters, Dee and Roberta and Julia, and, and many more. And they kind of helped raise us. Aunt Deloris just took me and Jimi. Sometimes just take us from my dad. Said, no, I'm taking them. You need to go off and do your thing and whatever you're doing. Because dad would disappear sometimes. One time we had to go, we didn't know where he was until they found out a week later he'd been in jail. And me and Jimi at home wondering what's going on because we weren't allowed to go outside.
Yeah.
Because the welfare people are looking for us. So we were locked up and no lights on,
Yeah.
no heat. And me and Jimi hugging me and we in the closet, keeping warm. And finally my dad would come home and it'd be good for a couple of days, we'd be all happy again and stuff. But then he started drinking again. And I don't blame him for it. He had a tough life. He had a lot of shit go against him. He was a black man trying to get a job at City Light. He went to electric school. He walked all the way from the projects on Rainer Vista, all the way up to 23rd and Yesler, where they had the electric school for electricians.
Mm-hmm.
On the GI Bill, he went there. But he graduated and everything. He walked from Rainier Valley all the way every day to go to school.
Man.
And then finally, when he graduated, they wouldn't give him the job. as an electrician. So, but they said, if we can do this for you, you can pump gas to all our trucks out there in the lot, at City Light. Remember the big City Light? And so he did that for a while. And then he was able to buy a car. He bought a 53 Chevy convertible blue. It was awesome, He was sporting it. It was convertible. Him and Mom would be driving around, me and Jimmy be in the back. And everything be going good, but then they'd be drinking, and then Mom would be grabbing the wheel, and Dad be saying, they'd be arguing and stuff like that. Me and Jimmy don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But anyway, love you, Dad, Mom, and all our relatives. We come from all over the world. We come from Africa, Sweden, Norway, Amsterdam,
Ireland.
deep down south, Ireland. We're all mixed up. That's how God planned it anyway,
And of course, native.
Oh, yeah.
Can't forget the native.
On the Trail of Tears. Grandma said she was on the Trail of Tears, picked up
Crazy.
all kind of people in the wagon train, more Indians from different tribes. And because, in the old day, blacks were prejudiced against each other.
Yeah.
Because the light-skinned blacks, they got to work in the house.
Yep.
But if you were dark, you could take the sun. You had to work outside. This ain't trying to be funny or not.
Yeah.
This is serious shit. But they kind of had prejudice against each other.
Yeah, exactly.
So most of the light skins, they said, let's get out of here. We got freedom now. Let's just get on the trail. And it took months and months, sometimes 18 months to get from deep Georgia all the way through Louisiana, all the way up to Texarkana, where our people settled in Texarkana. Way back in the day. But we're sitting here today because of our ancestors who went through all the shit.
Absolutely.
We only know about the slavery days and bad shit like that, but there was way more shit back.
Yeah.
400 years ago.
Yeah.
300, 1,000 years ago.
Exactly.
Anyway, I don't mean to go on and trip out.
No, that was amazing history.
Exactly.
Talk about a little about your native heritage.
Well, obviously, directly, my dad, we're Nez Pierce. Nez Pierce royalty at that. I'm the great grandson of Alicot, who was the only, just like Leon, the only sibling to Chief Joseph, and that was, you can look it up on your phones too, but Chief Joseph was medically declared, after he died, that his reason for passing was heartbreak. The only one of the few people in history where it's actually listed as that's their cause of death is heartbreak. But imagine losing, your more than half of your tribe just because people are scared and people are running away because, the military has turned on, your tribe forced you to go from the largest, reservation in America to now one of the smallest in Idaho at that. You had people fleeing to California, to Oregon, deeper Oregon, or just to Canada, to the First Nations people, to where they felt safe or whatever. But, losing his little brother was like the critical point. That's where he created the Hear Me, My Chiefs. Like it was a full surrender because he didn't have anything left. Like that was, someone who was in charge of leading the young people. That's what everybody kind of regarded him as, in the tribe. The voice of the young people. He was young, just like, my little brother Justin, which is crazy, that's his middle name, Alicot. But he was dark skinned, native, baby face. That's why we don't have much facial hair either. But
I didn't have a mustache till
he
I was
didn't
25.
have no facial hair or anything. He was a young dude, 21 years old, died in battle and only had one kid. And that just so happened to be my great grandma. And she continued to, continue that lineage. So I always keep that in mind of just how simple one thing can just change, just because he died didn't mean that it stopped there. Obviously I'm here today and, I'm his linking lineage. But aside from that, on our Hendrix Jeter side, we have the Cherokee. And that's where the red comes from in the hair and stuff like that. And I've, of course, had a few talks, as much as I could with grandmother Deloris, my great grandma, but it's it's really intriguing just seeing the history of just how, how we've over time we've never lost a sense of who we are. Like, it just makes sense in our family. Like, just looking out on the history, reflecting that nobody's out of character. Like, we've kind of carried, like, generation after generation, we've carried that same vibe as just a whole family. Like, you just know who you're related to. Like, I can meet one of my lost relatives today and I'll know for sure if they're my relative or not. Like, there's some people who, want to claim that, they're related to Jimi Hendrix, but it just, something doesn't add up there because, you just need that vibe to you, regardless. But, it's just crazy just knowing the history of just how we've had this lineage of linking people together and just kind of bringing others together, regardless our place in history, but just always having that to us. It
reminds me, I don't want to kick off course, but my first girlfriend was Nez Pierce.
Wow.
And Lydia, if you're watching,
you remember the name?
Saying hi. Oh, never forget, the women.
Come on.
Yeah.
Amazing stories. But yeah, just that vibrancy, creative mind that we all bring as family members.
Yeah,
Definitely.
So you guys want to get back into Kody's music, or what are you guys feeling?
let's talk about just overall Seattle music history, just of how we've kind of channeled that into owning, like, obviously, Jimi was the one that kind of like set the stone of experiencing a different side of rock and roll, experiencing different sounds and stuff, but channeling it to our families, like just our family's purpose, as far as people who aren't even musical, like as far as this is what they do. Like, we have engineers in the family, we have teachers in the family that kind of
not only that, we have surgeons,
like we are literally everything that all of our family members have done, like whatever path that they have chosen to go on, they have excelled in it to where they're the Jimi Hendrix of what they do. Like, we have engineers, like I said, our cousin Dustin, he's an engineer with Ford who creates the Ford Fiestas and the Ford F-150s. Like, he's the one that designs and architects that. We have teachers who beyond excel, and, we have surgeons that beyond excel. Like, we are so educational in just knowing, we're like the all-knowing kind of family, to where we're constantly picking each other's brains, but
we all have old souls. Even
exactly. But that versatility is always there, like just knowing about everything and just really just going above and beyond in your own path, in your own journey. And
that's our job. That's the gift God gave us to bring it down here on earth. Our imagination God gave us is the most powerful thing we have.
Absolutely.
Because everything that you see on earth has been imagined before it was brought here. And like, sometimes when you go downtown, look at the city, we're looking at somebody's imagination.
Exactly.
And instead of looking at somebody else's imagination, I'm starting to go in deep into my own, because I know that that's the power.
Yeah.
If it can be imagined, it's possible. And God said there ain't nothing new under the sun. That means that all kind of shit done happened. And way back in ancient times, even, all these fabulous cities they're finding, pyramids bigger than the ones in Egypt now they find in South America.
Yeah.
And they didn't have the wheel, and everything was tool cut. I mean, they didn't have no tools.
Yeah.
So Jimi told me that they use sound to move those rocks, and sound and color. Me and Jimi did this little thing called, Jimi was developing this theory. It was called E equals MC squared.
Mm-hmm. Music
and color equals energy, but we haven't discovered how that works yet. Except for we know that the walls of Jericho were torn down by trumpets.
Yeah. The
sound of trumpets. And the universe also asks us to raise up a joyful noise, because the universe is listening, but
always
it ain't hearing what it really wants to hear right now.
It's not.
But after this COVID be over, this post-COVID new era of music coming, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be like the 60s, when the music was written.
Yeah, exactly.
It moved the people.
Exactly.
From war to peace and love. The government didn't like it. The government shut it down quick. Even shot a couple of them at Kent State. See, the government, they say there ain't no money in peace and love.
Yeah.
You know, so they kind of shut us all down. But we're going to do a resurgence now.
You know.
We're going to be the music militia.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to use our creativity to march the people again, because we almost got upset.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this last, which I won't mention his name, but that was close to some disastrous ass shit going on. You know, from our last president.
Yeah.
Now I don't want no feedback from you people out there, you know, about this political stuff. In fact, I didn't want to say political, but we're on the right path again. Yeah. And you know, because somebody's watching out for us.
Yeah.
You know, otherwise we'd be all destroyed by now.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm talking about? We'd be destroyed. So we got our alien ancestors here, you know, look like us. And we got humans and human beings. You know, human beings create, humans take.
Yep.
You know, so we got 3 entities, inhabitants on this earth right now: aliens, humans, and human beings.
Yeah.
You know, human beings, that's us. You know, God gave us the gift
to create,
because human being means 2.
Mm-hmm.
And being is a noun and a verb.
It is. Being and
being. See, that's powerful shit right there. That means that God gave us this thing, and us this other entity that, you know, that connects us directly with the universe. You know, and that's what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm starting to trip off.
No,
all good.
That's the information we look for.
Exactly.
Didn't Mariah Carey hop on the E=MC² on the album?
No, that I don't know where they got that
I
thing,
believe
but
she was
that's
talking
ours.
about Mariah Carey's.
Obviously, but you know how celebrities will get the information from other people and change it into their own vision.
That is
true
of
things. So
that is true.
Jimmy said that sound is so uninvestigated, it's ridiculous.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And now that you say that, it just opens my mind to a whole different idea.
You can heal with it, because sometimes when I feel bad, I put my little box guitar on me and I can hit them notes, and you can feel them go all through your body. You know, and that's what Jimmy did with his guitar. A lot of guitar players try to do what Jimmy did, but you can't. You ain't Jimmy, and you ain't the Fender, and you ain't that wah-wah, and you ain't that fuzz tone right there. You have to have all those things together.
Come on.
You know, and you can't, you know, go there. You need to go use your imagination and go beyond that. You know?
Exactly. Now, why would you think that the summer? So obviously, everybody knows just historically the Summer of Love. Why do you think that it was in 1969 and not in 1979? Like, why do you think that it stopped in 1969 and not past 1970?
Because it was shut down. Peace and love movement was shut down by the government. You know, they even followed Jimmy around. The FBI and CIA, they planted that shit on him.
Absolutely.
They discredited him in all the newspapers. Oh, this black wild man. Lock up them snowflakes when he went to Europe. You know, so they white girls.
Yeah.
Got Jimmy coming to town.
Jimmy coming to town.
Anyway, that's all good. You know, thank you, Jimmy.
Man,
Come on.
I think ever since then, obviously, you know, just the profit of how it's been, you know, with the government being involved and stuff like that, they've been selling war to
They have to
the mainstream, and by normalizing war talking about guns all the time, getting people fascinated to be hearing about guns and killing people and murder and cheating on people and getting what you want, just this, you know, narcissistic, you know, selfish kind of, you know, just music.
Humans,
you know. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, what do you feel would be the turning point? Would it have to be a particular like band to create with just one magical song, or would it be a whole movement?
A whole movement, because see, great music comes in eras.
Yeah.
You have the classical background when they didn't even have electricity.
Exactly.
That music is still prevalent.
Exactly.
Beethoven, Mozart, and all them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Had no electricity.
Yeah.
The Renaissance.
That is true.
And then you came to America, and then you had the big band era.
Yeah.
You know, with Duke Ellington.
Yep, Duke Ellington. I was just about to say that.
And you had the Dixieland shit coming. You know, bluegrass and
blues.
We forgot about the beatniks. You know, beatniks were before the hippies. You know, they started wearing, you know, tripping out. They were called beatniks. You have to Google it.
Yeah, I gotta
You know,
Google that.
I've
Anyway,
heard that name.
What's going to
Crazy.
happen is that after post-COVID music is going to be so great. It's going to be the marching tunes of the people to rise up to demand their freedoms and their rights.
Exactly.
You know, and it takes the music. We have to write the music to move the people.
Exactly.
You know, because they're waiting right now. They're sitting home, you know, binging out on series, you know, Game of Thrones and shit, and you know, for days. I do it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I've got my shit all set up over there. To do that.
Ready to.
But I think this generation has kind of normalized just the persistence on getting content out, but without substance, you know, without purpose. So I feel like that's what also entails, even though people of this generation, there's, you know, of course, human beings have always existed as far as trying to keep the love and positivity, that type of, you know,
creativity.
You know,
we have the creativity gene.
Exactly. But I feel like this day and age is more so maybe they fall in line with the trying to, you know, be normalized in the mainstream sense, but also still trying to have that, you know, creative sense to where it's something fresh and brand new, but something just holds them back from being fully.
I'll tell you what it is.
Experimental.
It's you guys' iPhones, iPads, computers. See, I come to the point where it's not this no more. It's I, me.
Yeah.
And I, you. We have that same power this phone has.
Yeah.
We transmit and receive to the universe, but you got to practice. You just can't say, okay, somebody told me that if I listen to the universe, I'm going to get some answers.
Exactly.
But you got to listen with new ears.
Exactly.
You know? Right now, at this moment, I can feel the whole universe humming. You know what I'm talking about? Woo! And all them stars out there. There's not millions of stars. There's billions.
Billions.
Yeah.
Billions. You know?
Yeah.
And every star represents a sun. And every sun represents life.
There's a truth to everything. I mean, just like he said.
Even our little the little virus looking for life, the COVID virus, it just looking for life.
Yeah.
It came from out there.
Yeah.
You know, just like all the other shit came here.
Yeah.
And so it's just looking for life. And now we're how frail is our flesh where we have to put on a mask to fight off a virus. You know what I'm talking about? That's screwed up shit. You know what I'm talking about? Something's missing.
Yeah.
But luckily we got them creative people to make them vaccines and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
When the humans are trying to shut it down, say, oh no. Don't look up. My new song is called Look Up.
Yeah.
You know, have you guys seen the movie
Don't Look Up? That was crazy.
That
was crazy.
Talk a little bit about you guys' feelings on that movie.
Oh, it's very very translatable to like what we're living today.
Absolutely.
Everybody loves that.
If you're looking down, you're looking on the ground.
Yeah.
You got to be looking up. Stand up. Raise your voice high. You know.
Absolutely.
Anyway.
Yeah, not a lot of us look up in the sky enough.
I know.
It's crazy.
That's where our future is.
Yeah.
And it's written in ancient stone. You know, because you can tell aliens. Let's not call them aliens. Let's call them our people.
Yeah.
That, you know, because we're here. Look at all these races down here. They come down here to steal our gold and fuck our women. You know. Oh, excuse me.
No, rape and pillage.
No, I'm telling you.
Colonize.
You can't use the R word on YouTube, and we're swearing a lot.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to say. You know, there's a lot of good aliens and there's a lot of bad aliens, because a lot of bad aliens come here to get our gold and mate with our women, because our women are famous all over the universe.
Absolutely.
You can probably see billboards up there in outer space.
Halle Berry.
Women. Earth women.
Earthlings. Yeah.
This way.
This way, right?
Oh man.
But yeah, I feel like that's obviously kind of, you know, like you said, where they've kind of just owned the fact of where the over sexualization has now just kind of, you know, over preceded everything in this generation. But back in, you know, the Summer of Love, it was just as intimate songs, but you know, the writing and
it wasn't straightforward.
It wasn't as explicit, and it wasn't as, you know, provocative to where, you know, it could catch on to young people's ears and to where
it was awesome.
You know,
man, you'd be walking in the park
we could hear the same song and it could be two different meanings to different
exactly.
people. That's what we kind of miss.
She had
crazy.
flowers in her hair and wanted to play. Make love, chase rainbows all day. That's what the 60s was.
Yeah,
But everybody was in it. Peace and love. They even marched to stop the war.
exactly.
But that music is over. Now the new music coming is going to be our new marching orders.
Exactly.
Anyway, grandson.
We got a comment here.
Okay, I'm going to comment to go downstairs to the Can I go right now?
Yeah, you can.
So wait, who are the aliens? How are they different than us? Seriously.
They said in our image. Isn't that
In our, yeah.
in our image. That's why they can go back and forth to these different zones and shit, and we don't know what they're doing because they look just like us, but they're here to help us. But there's some bad ones here too, trying to fuck us up.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
It's all good. We got a good show today on the Leon Hendrix story part 3. Talked a lot about the Mormons.
Man, a lot of knowledge,
Family
a lot
history.
of history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any closing words? We had New Wave in here tonight.
Oh
Hope the audience
New
loved
Wave
as
here
usual.
on the Town Talk Wavy Wednesdays. Thank
Come
you for
on.
having us. Thank you, Leon, for being here. This amazing information. Yeah,
we're going to keep this rolling weekly. I like that Wavy Wednesdays. We're going to have to make that a segment.
Wavy Wednesdays.
Come on.
We're always coming up with something new, and
Come
we're
on.
always riding with it.
Hey, man,
We
we
on the
building
way.
this plane as we fly it. So we're going to keep
Yes,
giving
sir.
y'all some
Come on.
good content. I see y'all are eating it up. We're going to keep supplying it.
Let's get it.
Have a
Yes,
good one, y'all.
indeed. Y'all have a good one.